Hello everyone, my name is Jacob and I'm going to go on and show you the connection of what is known as the driver hub. So we're gonna have to connect the driver hub to the control hub that is on this robot. What I have here is a cooler, and I'm going to walk you through, give you a step-by-step connection on how to go about connecting a cooler's control hub to the driver hub. So let's get started and let's go. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how the control hub looks like, or basically how we set it up on a cooler. We had our control hub right here, right? It was under here, and what I have here is the switch that you could use to essentially either turn it on or off. And you have your control hub having a blue light that is going to blink for a bit, just maybe once or twice. Yeah, and you need to wait for it to turn solid green, which is what happened here. All right, so that's the first step. So once it turns solid green, you have some sort of Wi-Fi broadcast that you're gonna have towards the control hub, and what I have there are simply controllers that I'm gonna walk you through in a bit. But this is what I wanted you guys to just get acquainted with before we actually get started. So let's dive into the whole series of learning how to connect your control hub to your driver hub. Let's get started. Right, so first things first, we're gonna get on with the driver hub, which I have over here. I'm gonna show you a few ports and how you can power it up. So we're gonna go in and power up the driver hub, and once we proceed, we are well off to essentially getting started. So what I have here is a network panel that you can connect your Ethernet cable essentially to your driver hub. Then you have the USB charger port and the USB connections that go up to the controllers that are wired. So what we would do is we're going to proceed and just power it on. So your screen is going to show here Rev Robotics. Let's just wait for it to load. Just give it some time for it to go in and load, just a few minutes. Right, so once it is loaded, you will notice that you have this right here. It's a touch screen, so you can obviously either go on and check. So you will notice that as it stands, the robot is connected. The first step that you would do, or what you notice is the moment you turn on, your Wi-Fi is obviously going to be turned off. So the control hub right here is going to broadcast a Wi-Fi network, which you will see across this connection. So let me do that. I'm just going to turn it on right here. All right, so if I do this, you're just gonna proceed and perhaps press and hold. Then you'll have different Wi-Fi connections, so your Wi-Fi is on and connected. Then you're gonna see your connections. So right here I have ZAMRC, which is the name of the robot. So I already entered the password. Obviously you're gonna have a password that you're gonna enter. By virtue of you connecting, right, you are well off to seeing everything on the driver hub. So let me just do that. All right, so what we have here is the driver hub interface, right? So how to get here, we have a small software, whether it's called FTC driver station. You click that and it connects. You see the battery, so you get battery that is set to minimum reset. Then you have what are known as autonomous, which allows your robot to work autonomously. And what we will use is this, right? This is what we're gonna use. This is the code, entirely the code as it is. So our code that we wrote for this year's competition is this: gamepads, of which when you proceed, you're gonna go on and initialize, and I'll show you how to do this with the controllers in a bit. And then you just press that. This allows your bot to work with the controllers, and I'll walk you through how you can do that. So let me just go ahead and just take it back. So if you do this, you have autonomous that works for like 30 seconds. We don't have autonomous right now, so it's fine, but this is our point of reference. Right, so what we have is the game pads, right? So I'm gonna walk you through how to connect the game pads. These are the exact same ones from Rev Robotics. So what we would do is we're going to go ahead and connect using these controllers here, the ports, the USB ports. Just plug it in. You ensure that you can see the light turns green. So I'll go ahead and show you the initial light before I plug it in. So let me just do that. You see that it's roughly blue, light blue, which is not good. So you're gonna have to plug it in entirely for it to turn this color, which is green. Now you're not gonna have anything that would happen when you press these buttons here, because you need your controllers to be differentiated, right? Within the code, which I'll show you in a bit, you have different game pads that are color coded. All right, so we're gonna need a different color code for each controller. If you click any button, you will notice that there's a wording that says I'm gonna go on gamepad detected, and then you're going to need to activate either your gamepad is going to move the drivetrain. So this gamepad will either move the drivetrain or the linear slides. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So I'm just going to put this down here and proceed to click options and X. So you notice that this turns green, blue. All right, so this turns blue. It was previously green and now it's turned blue, and I pressed options and X. For this other one, it remains green, right? It remains green because it's dormant. Nothing really happens on a dormant controller. If I can go ahead and press it, nothing will happen. But if I go ahead and press options and this, you have a different color code. You have your red and you have your blue. So there you go, you have initialized these controllers. And the next thing that I'll go ahead and do is to just get the exact same code. I'll show you in a bit. So I'll get the exact same codes, which is this right here. So I'll click here, gamepads, and go ahead and initialize and press play. I'll just put this down here for the meantime. And you notice that if I make any movements, right here, the bot moves. You see that? And this is the blue is for the drivetrain. So I'm gonna put this down here. So the blue is for the drivetrain, right? It can either move forward or back. This moves the intake system. This moves it in the opposite direction. So I'm gonna press this intake system. All this is in the code, right? And then I also have this for stop. Then this would get again B, so you can move ahead and just move forward. You can. This is for the drivetrain, and that's pretty much most of what you need to know regarding a caller's code and how you can connect your bot. This here, right? The red would be for your linear slides, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how this works. So you have your linear slides, which are working here. They're still working as they should. This can go all the way up, right? And this goes up and it goes down depending on the movements that I make. All right, so this helps us identify and differentiate what we need to do.